Surprise, bitch. I bet you thought you saw the last of me. Hello. And, long time no see, or long time no listen. For those who do not know me, my name is Naya, and this is the BTS Read podcast. I know it's been a while. A lot of things have happened since I last approached the mic because I didn't really have a lot to say about what was going on. I tend to not want to add further discourse to the ether if there's no reason to do so. But now I have things to say. I feel like it's time for me to just get a couple of things off my chest. If you're not familiar with the way that I speak, do be prepared. I don't care about people's feelings. I don't care about how you feel about other groups. I don't care about how you feel about other idols. I honestly, personally, don't have any personal vendetta against anyone except for Zico. And if you know, you know. But other than that, if I say something against an idol or group, it's really not personal. I cannot give a shit's less about them. It really is just to facilitate my thought. So, if I say something that you don't like about a group you care for, then it just sucks to suck. I'm sorry. I'm not, I really don't care. Anyway, moving on. So, what I plan to address today is going to be the issue of Sir Yoongi, Mr. Yoongles, and this whole situation regarding a DUI on an electric scooter. It sounds just as ridiculous as it is. I'm not playing Mad Lib. I'm not just picking words out of the dictionary and slapping them down in the middle of a sentence to fill in the blanks. I do not know the complete details. I'm just going based off of what I remember, because honestly, I took one glance at it initially, rolled my eyes, made a joke about how this is something that could only happen to a BTS member, like him falling. And then I kept it pushing. I did not realize that it was going to evolve and blow up to what it has become. So, a couple of days ago, at the time that I'm making this, Yoongi, I believe, was drinking one night and decided to return home using an electric scooter. And upon returning home, literally on his front doorstep, he, I guess, fell off the scooter in front of a group of bored cops. They basically approached him, gave him like a breathalyzer, I don't know, and deemed that he was way too drunk to be wielding a electric scooter, of all things, on the road, and that he was a danger to society, and that he needed his driver's license revoked, and he needed to pay a fine and be condemned for the entire world to see. So, I'm not exaggerating, that's exactly how they reported it, even though he and Big Hit released a statement relaying the facts, being that he did drink and he did get on a electric scooter. He drove a couple of blocks down from the bar to his house, and then upon arrival he fell and then got up, and then by the time he got up there was police officers there, and that is the truth. However, that is not at all what was reported in the media. They basically just lied and lied and lied some more. They even released CCTV footage that was so blurry it looked like it was recorded with a toaster, and said that that was him. And I kid you not, if you've ever seen that meme of did you see my bag? And it's a live stream we were watching one of their concerts. I don't remember when, probably 2019. It seemed like they were in the Dior outfits. I don't know. It doesn't matter. And it's red and it's so fucking blurry. And it was from a live stream, probably Be Live when it was still active. And in the comment, you saw somebody say, "Did you see my bag? Smiley face, mic drop." So that's exactly what this TV footage looked like. There's no possible way that you could identify that was Yoongi. It just looked like somebody who happened to be on a scooter, but they definitely posted that shit and allowed people to run with it, saying that he was in the street going the wrong way. I'm basically a fucking menace. Just absurd claims, shit that makes no fucking sense, and people ran with it for literally days. K-pop stans from far and wide came to join in on this witch hunt, this burning at the stake of Yoongi. Meanwhile, their faves just went triple aluminum. Some went double copper, double nickel, free falling from the fucking charts faster than Yoongi was actually going on the electric scooter, but sat there camped out in every article posted about him. This is why your faves only come to you when they need money. This is why they don't like you, because you're a loser and you bring nothing to the table. Similar to your position in your family, I assume, which is why you're on Twitter trying to get your daily human interaction in with other fucking losers. Only for that shit not to be him. Only for the real CCTV to be released. And it clearly shows that he did not lie and that he was not going that fast. And that he didn't lie about the type of scooter he was riding. Like, everything that they said was a literal fucking lie. Ruined his name, dragged him through the fucking mud for literally no reason other than they could. Now that everybody want to delete their tweets, either they're deleting their tweets or they're doubling down. And I just think every single one of you just have to dice. Like, you have to dice. I'm sorry. Like, there's no other outcome that's suitable for the type of damage you were trying to inflict. You got a dice, saying that he had the highest alcohol percentage count of any person ever convicted of DUI, and he was driving at like 60 miles per hour, and he had a motorbike on the sidewalk instead of the street, and he was driving in the wrong direction. Like, literally just pulling shit out of their ass and clapping their hands together and then wiping the residue all over the keyboards and hitting print. Like, that's pretty much all that was happening for the last week. And personally, on Twitter, I'm not that active because I have a job, and that's not a slight to people who are, unemployed right now. You know what I mean? Everybody is struggling. The economy is not great. However, there's a difference between being unemployed and being jobless. And everybody on Stan Twitter is quite literally jobless. They have no hobbies. They have no other interests. Their only sole goal is to see how horrible of a person they can be and get away with it. I just can't explain to anybody who has a normal functioning brain the amount of vitriol and just absolutely ass backwards, asinine takes and discussions I've been seeing when I allow myself to become victim to the absolute just brain rot that is Twitter. People were quite literally making up scenarios in their heads, fantasizing about him running over old ladies, knocking over infants, and like quite literally just burning down South Korea altogether on this little moped. And they were getting hit tweet after hit tweet. I mean, shit that had nothing to do with him. Somehow they were tying it back to him. And to me, it's just, it wasn't enough that he already apologized immediately. He explained what happened, didn't excuse himself, just explained it. He paid the fine and was like, this will never happen again. Like, I'm so sorry. It wasn't enough that he did that. It wasn't enough that his driver's license was taken away. They wanted to see him crucified. Like, they wanted to see him on the cross. And I'm not exaggerating when I say that. And then they being Stan Twitter, the mutants on Stan Twitter, they being the degenerates behind the publications online, they being the absolute devil worshippers at Koreaboo and the Q and all those other stupid ass tabloid websites and platforms, they being powers that be that were using him to cover up multiple stories that were much more significant and much more detrimental to Korean society than him riding on a fucking scooter. All of their end goal was simply to see him burn. I've said this in previous episodes before, but the objective has always been to destroy their will. They want to break their spirits. That is the end goal. That's always been the end goal. And so this was their attempt in doing so. You're insidious. Like, you're not human. You're a demon. You're Satan's Oompa Loompas. You know what I mean? Like, you guys work for Satan himself. Like, only somebody who is quite literally demonic would think that the response that Yoongi has received is in any way adequate or appropriate for what he has not even done, mind you. Like, these people were making hypotheticals and then dragging him for that. Like, does it not make you insane that you're fantasizing about an old woman dying? Is it not insane that you're imagining a family of 5 swerving into the sidewalk and hitting him and everybody dying? Like, is that not insane to you? Are you not, like, you're mentally ill? You're ill. And even with calling for a harsher punishment, I said this on Twitter, but for people who love to posture and act as though they're anti-cop, anti-establishment for likes and retweets when it bodes well for them, when they feel like they can receive social currency to do so, to say so. People on Stan Twitter love, and ache and aspire to enact that same type of policing, that same type of punishment that cops do. Like, you guys literally foam at the mouth thinking about it, about enacting punishment onto the celebrities you don't like, specifically BTS. The road this type of ideology, this type of reaction, this type of discourse promotes is a slippery fucking slope that you are all sliding down, like, bad. You people are insane. And that's why I have no qualms about going off on Twitter on people. People are like, oh my gosh, you're so mean. I mean, I guess. I'm just saying what's true. You're all fucking losers and you're insane. And you've gone through life not being checked. Well, lucky you ran into somebody who is going to do that. Because you don't get to just try to ruin somebody's life. You don't get to try to incite somebody to off themselves and then get to walk around with the rest of us like you're a normal fucking human being. You're not. You're not. And to me, even worse are the people who sit there and watch this shit happen, watch people gang up on somebody and talking about, you guys need to be the high road. Girl, fuck you. Fuck you. I saw somebody say, you guys don't even do this for you. You do it for yourself. It's what you like and it's what gets you off. Yeah, and what now? What now, bitch? You can't shame people who don't give a damn about your opinion. And I don't. I do not give a damn about your opinion. So I'm going to say what I have to say, just like they got to say what they have to say. I'm going to say what I have to say. Evil twin. Like we twinning them. But that all aside, the real crux of this problem is fucking Min Hagen, whatever the fuck her name is. She's been pushing a smear campaign for the last year. And the way that she has gotten away with it, all because of quote unquote feminism, I literally fucking hate it. Like, this new wave feminism, it's not about equality. It's not about equity. It's about allowing women to be as evil and nasty and manipulative as men without consequence. That is their quality. The baseline is never everyone should just be a good person. It's why can't we all be horrible people? And that is what enables her to be able to have a bunch of people backing her and wearing the blue hat around the fucking country. Like, I feel like I'm going insane. I feel like I'm being lobotomized because normal human beings wouldn't react this way. You know what I mean? Like, no way this bitch sat there and called this group, the group under her, her kids, whatever she would call them. No way she sat there and quite literally called them girls out of their names multiple fucking times. Not to mention, she sat there and harassed a former female employee that reported sexual harassment from one of the male higher ups. No way this bitch sat there and did all that and was still being hailed as some type of feminist icon. You people are so fucking divorced from reality. You lost your mind in the custody hearing. And another thing, why has no one talked about the fact that not only is this bitch friends with a bunch of fucking reporters who have known ties to SM, the allegations about her terrorizing that female employee is going under the radar, and the Kakao CEO getting arrested or something like that. And yet, it's Yoongi's face you see all over this week's news cycle. How is it that no one can use their common sense and see when shit is being planned or shit is being manipulated? Oh yeah, I forgot. It's because everyone fucking hates BTS. Everything that happens to BTS is another moment of the just world theory doing its thing, right? And for those of you who don't know what just world is, just world theory is basically a theory in sociology that states that everything that happens is for a reason, or every situation a person encounters is because something that they did in the past has now brought this to fruition. So basically, it's like if you're experiencing something bad, it's because you did something bad in the past to deserve this happening to you now. The world is being just and giving good things to good people and bad things to bad people. And it's a theory meant to just describe that kind of thought process, not saying that it is accurate. It's just like that is a theory that people have. But that is the theory that is continuously exercised with BTS and the negative situations they go through. Like, I'm genuinely getting a headache. It's just literally crazy. It's literally crazy. And I really can't do anything but wish the worst for everybody. And it's just insane to me because this is all just stemming from jealousy. Quite literally. Quite literally. Like, they don't give a shit that it's all fucking lies and that they're participating and they are agents in defamation. Like, they don't give a shit about any of that. It's one track mind. As long as I get my jab in, as long as BTS burn, I don't care what else burns with it. And it's crazy to me because it's like when this first started and I was like, no way are they making this big of a deal out of it. And people were like, this is Korean culture. Like, you guys need to be respectful. Girl, fuck you. Meanwhile, the culture in question was lying through their teeth. Like, sure. Enough of this. Why do we continuously act like Korea is this other world? They are people. They are literally people. And just because it's a part of your culture doesn't mean that it isn't destructive. It can be a part of your culture and can still be destructive. Like hypermasculinity, part of my culture. It's destructive. It kills. Homophobia is a part of my culture. It's destructive. It kills. Shaming, witch hunting is a part of their culture. And it's destructive and it kills. You cannot cultural relativism everything away. That's not how that works. You just can't. Should we be cognizant of the differences in culture? Sure. Should we be cognizant of the differences in race and ethnicity and nationality and the morals and culture that those things develop and shape? Definitely. But that doesn't change the fact that this part of their culture is killing people. Like, quite literally. So, I don't know what needs to happen, but all I know is that these lawsuits got to be handed out like 17 albums at an orphanage. Like, everybody's got to get one. Like, you get one, you get one. Like, 2-for-1 sale, everything must go. And yes, that was shade to 17. And what about it? I do not give a damn. I don't 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 give a damn. Do I condone armies harassing that 17 member? Perhaps. If you can't hear me shrug, I'm shrugging. That is above me, beloved. Like, I ain't got nothing to do with that. Maybe if carrots weren't always throwing rocks and then hiding their hands, maybe I'd be more open. I'd be more inclined to condemn. However, at this moment in time, carrots have been the most obnoxious about this whole thing. You don't get to try to drive somebody to unalive himself and think people are not going to retaliate. That's not how the world works. I'm sorry if you were just born yesterday and this is how you're finding out, but that's not how the world works. So, yeah, so that's how I feel. And this is more so just like a rant as of right now. I will be more active. There won't be a set schedule. As per usual, I'll just talk when I have something to say. And I'll let you guys know when. Here's to preparing for the second coming. 2025, it's going to be a movie, guys. It's going to be a cinematic masterpiece, and I can't wait for us all to bear witness. Like, I'm going to be right there front and center, girls. I have a big girl job, so I'm getting barricade. Like, we're going to be living it up. It's going to be a time and a half. I will probably be asking you guys what you want to hear about next. Like I said, this was just more of an introductory back into the podcast and me just ranting. Yeah, it was fun. It was fun getting back to doing this, and I can't wait to talk with you guys again. Make sure that you check out the old episodes if you haven't, and I will see you next time. That was really bad. If you're British, don't clock me, okay? Alright, bye.